There's a home in Plano where the walls are ever-changing, a place where the minimalist movement and nature come together, as we discovered at the Farnsworth home.
The Farnsworth House is one of probably 5 or 6 of the most important houses of the 20th century. It represents the best of mid-century modernism that existed in the world, and it's right here in Plano. The conception for the house came in 1945 when Dr. Edith Farnsworth met Mies van der Rohe at a cocktail party in Chicago and asked him if he would design a house for her on a piece of property that she had purchased from Colonel McCormick of the Chicago Tribune, some 60 miles southwest of Chicago. The house was completed in 1951, and it represents all of the sort of minimalist ideals of the Bauhaus and of Mies in particular, who was the leader of the minimalist movement. His term for the house was almost nothing. And indeed, when you're in the house, if there were no furniture in the house, if there were no draperies, it would look like almost nothing. The basic elements are here, but the walls consist of glass, the floor is of travertine, and the core of the house is in Primavera wood. Toward the end of the completion of the house, there were some points of conflict. The wardrobe, for instance, in the house was something that Edith insisted upon, which Mies did not want at all, because he didn't want anything to impede the free span, open one-room space. She insisted on windows that open so that you could get cross ventilation, which Mies did not want to happen. She inevitably screened in the porch to protect her from the mosquitoes. Mies didn't want that. The heating system is under the travertine floor. It has a series of copper tubes through which hot water flows. So in the winter, the floor has this gentle warmth that emanates from it, and it's a very, very warm, comfortable, toasty house in the wintertime. The house is quite comfortable because you have privacy created by the natural vegetation around the house. And in fact, the purpose of the house in this setting is to join with the natural setting to create this kind of ever-changing experience architecturally. Nature outside the house takes on a higher significance when you're in the house looking at it. And I've been here, hundreds of times, and it's different every single time because the atmospheric conditions are different, the vegetative conditions are different, the river's at a different level. Edith owned the home for 20 years and then sold it to Lord Peter Palumbo, a developer and architectural enthusiast from London. This is very different from the way it looked when Edith lived here. Edith had overstuffed couches and some Victorian furniture and Chinese food dogs out on the terrace. And Peter Palumbo, being much purer in his design sense and appreciation for Mies, removed everything that wasn't Miesian and left for us what you see here today. What you see in the house now are authorized Knoll reproductions of original Mies designs. All of the furniture that you see was purchased by Lord Palumbo in furnishing the house after he purchased it from Edith Farnsworth. The house is owned today by the National Trust for Historic Preservation in Washington, and the organization that I head has an exclusive managing and operating covenant with the National Trust on the house. The design of the Farnsworth House represents sort of the apex of 20th century modernism. And everything is reduced to the absolute minimum that one needs to make a house stand and make a house function.
For more information about the Farnsworth home, visit their website at www.farnsworthhouse.org or call 630-552-0052.